Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Office Saturday 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay. Are we good to go? So this is our session regarding your Indian economy, Indian financial system, in which we are discussing certain number of questions for your paper of IE IFS that is going to be conducted on 9th of June now. So first of all, if we talk about Indian economy, Indian financial system subject, this subject sessions we are continuing since I guess November, or from 4th of December we have started the particular series for IE IFS, in which first we have discussed the basic question, then we have started the advanced questions on the YouTube. Okay, so advanced questions we have started from the victory series, है ना? So if you are a new candidate on this channel and you are watching my sessions for the first time, I would love to inform you all that do make sure you watch the sessions from the victory series, because I started victory series with the module D, in which I have discussed the advanced questions on module D first. Then I started the crash course series, which I started with the module C discussion, and now we have moved towards the module B. So D have been completed, C have been completed. Now we are discussing the module C sessions, module B sessions. So if you haven't seen the module D and C session, do make sure go to the playlist and watch all those sessions, because all the sessions will be very helpful for your practice of IE IFS subject module D and C. Okay, so as you can see, this is class number 13 of you, and we have moved to the Indian economy, Indian financial system, module B, that is economic concepts related to banking. The chapter that we are going to discuss today will be money supply and inflation. This is what we are going to discuss today, money supply and inflation. Now when it comes, what actually the money supply is? Money supply simply means the money in the circulation. The money which is available in the circulation, that is your money supply. It means very simple, we can say when the available money, available cash, available liquidity we are calculating in the market, that is your money supply, or the currency in circulation, you can call it. Currency in circulation or liquidity in the market is your money supply. So how much money is there in the economy, how much cash is there in the economy, how much currency is there in the circulation, this is calculated by Reserve Bank of India in our country on fortnight basis. It means 14th night basis RBI calculate how much liquidity is available in the market. And to calculate this money supply in the economy, to calculate how much liquidity there is in the market, RBI have created measures of money that have been named as a M1, M2, M3, M4. M1 is known as narrow money, M3 is known as your broad money. Apart from this, we also have a M0, which is known as reserve money, base money, or high powered money. Any three of them you can call the M02. So base money, reserve money, and high powered money is your M0. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, your measures of money supply, M1, M2, M3, M4 and M0. This have been created by RBI simply to calculate the money value in the economy. Sorry, not the money value, but the money supply, the cash available in the economy. Okay, now next we have inflation. Inflation is rise in the prices. Inflation means what? Inflation means the rise in the prices when the prices of goods and services are keep increasing. That is known as your inflation. Hana, when the prices of goods and services are keep increasing, that's your what? That's your inflation. So when the prices are increasing, prices increases when the money supply increase. If people have more money supply, they will be demanding more goods and services. If they demand more goods and services, the supply will decrease, and this will increase the price in the economy. This is known as inflation. So inflation means rise in the prices of goods and services. And why the prices are rising? Because people have more money, they are demanding more goods and services, and we are not able to provide them the required goods and services. That's why the prices of goods and services are keep rising. It is known as your what? Inflation. Okay, so that's what we have to cover in this particular chapter. Now let's move forward to the questions, and we'll understand the chapter more by practicing certain number of questions. Okay, first we have read the following statement carefully and choose the correct one. Okay, so which of the following is the correct one? You have to choose that. First statement is saying currency with public and demand deposits with the bank are the component of money supply, M3. Second is saying net foreign exchange assets of banking sector and other deposits with RBI are the source of money supply of M3. So you have to answer which of the following statement is correct in context to the M3. Statement 1 and 2. Which is correct? Which statement is correct here? So if we talk about statement 1, it is saying that the currency with the public and demand deposit is the component of your M3. This is true. M3 is actually what? M3 is equals to M1 plus term deposit. So in M1 you will have what? You will have the demand deposit. In M1 you will have currency with public. They both are what? Component of M3. This is true. The first statement is true. Second is saying the net foreign exchange asset of the banking sector and other deposit with RBI, they are the source of money supply. No, they are not source of money supply. So right answer will be statement 1 is correct, but the second is incorrect. So right answer will be your A option. Right answer is what? A. First is correct, second is incorrect. Right is A. Okay, next. Mark the statement as false. Which of the following statement is false? That you have to answer. A, B, C or D. So first is saying most common measure of money supply used in India are narrow money. That is M1. Broad money, that is M3. M2, that it calculates as a M1 plus demand deposit in post office savings account. Then M4, M3 plus all deposit with post office. Okay. Now, next we have B. Money performs 3 functions: medium of exchange, measures of value, a store of the overtime. Okay. Then third is saying inflation denotes a rise in the general level of prices. The general price level is measured by the price index. The most important price indexes are WPI, CPI and GDP deflator. So what do you think here? Which statement is actually a false statement? A, B, C or both A and C? The false statement we have to find out. And the false statement we have is B option, because the money have 4 functions. How many functions are there? 4 functions are there, not the 3. So right answer will be B here. Okay, right answer will be your B. The money have 4 functions, not the 3 functions. Okay, next question. Next again we have a question on the indexes. Which of the below index is associated with the given statement? Statement is it is an index that tracks the change in the retail price of essential goods and services consumed by the household. So if we are talking about this particular statement, this statement is talking about CPI, WPI, PPI or CPI for agricultural laborers. So you can see we are talking about that index that tracks the change in the retail prices. If you go to the wholesale market, you will find wholesale price index. Like in the wholesale level, you are calculating the inflation. In the producer price index, at the time of manufacturing, you are calculating. And the retail will be your what? Consumer price index. So the right answer will be your A. Hana, right answer will be your what? It is A, consumer price index. Clear? Next. Next we have here which of the below indexes is associated with the given statement, that is it is an index that tracks the change in the price of goods sold and traded in bulk by wholesale businesses to the other businesses. Which index is it? Hana, in which index we are calculating here that the prices of goods sold and traded in the bulk? So in the bulk, if you are purchasing goods and services, if you are trading in a bulk, that's not in the retail market, that's in the wholesale market, as it is written here. So obviously, which index will be used to calculate the inflation? Wholesale price index. Okay, in this statement, wholesale price index will be used to calculate the inflation in the wholesale market. Right answer is B. Next question we have. The information on CPI, Consumer Price Index, is released on a monthly basis. If we are calculating a Consumer Price Index, its data will be released on monthly basis. But the question here is NSO, NSSO, RBI, CSO. Out of these four, who actually give this release on the monthly basis? Who releases the data of your CPI on monthly basis? Is it NSO? Is it NSSO? Is it RBI? Is it CSO? A, B, C or D? Who gives this data to you? So first of all, if we use the elimination method, RBI cannot give this data. Na? RBI is a central bank. RBI do not release the data, such kind of data. These data will be calculated by the government. So RBI can be eliminated. If we talk about CSO and NSSO, they both have been merged in 2019. So obviously they are not present in the country. So right answer is one only, that means C. Right answer is one only, that means C option is correct. Okay, NSO actually gives data of your CPI index every month. On the monthly basis, we give the CPI data, we give the WPI data, and it will be given by NSO, National Statistical Office. Okay, which was created in the year 2019 under the MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Now, next question we have, what do you mean by the demand pull inflation? So, the causes of inflation, if we talk about, there are mainly two causes, like why inflation is coming. Why inflation is coming, the causes have been given. The first cause is demand pull inflation and the second cause is cost push inflation. So as the name suggests, demand pull inflation is what? When the demand is increasing of goods and services, and because of that the inflation is there. Because of the increase in demand, less supply is there, prices are increasing, that's a demand pull inflation. The inflation which have been pulled by the demand of goods and services, that is known as demand pull inflation. Okay, now what is cost push inflation? The inflation which have been pushed by the cost. When the cost of a product is increasing, cost means the value that you have to pay while producing goods and services, that's the cost of your product. Okay, so when the cost of product increasing and because of that the prices are increasing, that's a cost push inflation. But when the demand of a goods and services are increasing and because of that demand of the goods and services the prices are increasing, it will be known as your demand pull inflation. So these are the two causes of inflation we have. So you have to answer which of the following is demand pull inflation. First is saying it is a type of inflation caused by substantial increase in the cost of production of important goods or services where no substitute or alternative is available. So because the cost word have been used here, you can see it's a type of inflation caused by substantial increase in the cost of production. That's obviously your CPI. The cost of production increase, it's a CPI. Okay, next, increasing quantity of money in the hands of the people increases the aggregate demand for goods and services, and if aggregate supply does not follow the suit, price rises. This might be true. Now the third is saying it is the rise in general prices caused by increasing aggregate demand for goods and services. So you can say this might also be true. So the right answer will be what? B and C. Right answer is D. So when because of the demand of goods and services is increasing, the prices are increasing of the goods. That's your demand pull inflation. Okay, that's your what? That's your demand pull inflation. So the right answer for this particular question will be your D option, that both B and C are correct. Okay, right answer is D. Next question. Negative effect of inflation includes what? The negative effect of inflation includes what? First is saying loss in stability in the real value of money and other monetary items over time. Uncertainty about future inflation may discourage investment and savings. High inflation may lead to shortage of goods if consumers begin hoarding out of concern that the price will increase further in the future, and all of the above. So which of the following you think is a negative effect of inflation? negative effect of inflation. So negative inflation have both effects. The positive and negative, both effects can be seen of inflation. Let's say inflation is what? Prices are rising. So first of all, in inflation, what happens? In inflation, what happens? Money supply increases. Because the money supply increase, the demand increase of goods and services, right? It's very obvious. And this happened. If money supply is increasing, obviously the demand of goods and services increase. Now, inflation have both impact on the economy, positive and negative impact. How? So first of all, if the money supply is increasing and people are asking for more goods and services, the demand is increasing. If at the equal level, we will be increasing supply. At the same level, like demand increased by 100, you have increased the supply by 100. If demand increased by 50, you have increased the supply by 50. So at the same level, if you are able to increase your supply as well, it will increase your production. If your production is increasing, your GDP will increase. If your GDP will increasing, obviously your economic growth will increase. That's the positive effect of inflation. So no country can make growth without the inflation. Inflation is mandatory. It is very much important to make any economy grow in the future. So if you are able to manage the demand and supply, then it will be a positive impact for you. Okay, the prices will rise, no doubt, but comparatively more profit will be seen in the production, growth and GDP. Okay, and when it will be negative? When the demand is increasing, but we are not able to equivalently increase the supply. Demand is increasing, supply is also increasing, but not equivalent to each other. In that situation, production will increase, no doubt, but the more impact will be seen of the prices. Here also production will increase, but in comparison to production, the prices will increase in the very fast phase. And that's why it's a negative impact. And when you read all these statements, you will find the answer that all of the above is correct. Right answer will be all of the above is correct. So inflation have both impacts, positive and negative on the economy, but depends on how we are managing the demand and supply of the goods and services. On that, the impact will be dependent. So this is your D. Okay. Next we have, read the following statement carefully and choose the correct ones in relation to the concept of measures of money supply. We are talking about read the following statement carefully and choose the correct ones in relation to the concept of measures of money supply. First we have narrow money, M1, M2, broad money, M4. So first is saying M1 equals to currency with public demand deposit with banking system plus saving deposit of post office. Second is saying M2 equals to other M1 plus other deposit with RBI. M3 is equals to M1 plus all deposit with post office savings, excluding NSC. M4 is saying M3 plus time deposit with banking. All are incorrect. All are incorrect. None of the above is there. Why? Because M1 equals to currency unit with public. This is true. Demand deposit with bank. This is true. But not the post office deposit. The deposit with the RBI will be counted here. Okay, the first is wrong. M2 is wrong because M1 plus other deposit with RBI not. Post office savings will be counted here. M1 plus post office savings is M2. M3 is wrong because it is saying post office deposit will be there. No. M3 will be correct when M1 plus term deposit will be there. And M4 will be correct when the M3 plus post office savings will be there, excluding your NSC. By excluding your NSC. So you can see the M3 and M4 definition have been interchanged. So right answer is none, because none of these formulas or none of these definitions are correct. M3, M4 have been interchanged. Okay. Next. Reserve money. It is also known as a base money. It is also known as your reserve money. It is also known as your high powered money. So reserve money M0 equals to dash plus bankers deposit with RBI plus other deposit with RBI. Is it a currency in circulation? Is it a currency with public? Is it a demand deposit? Is it a term deposit? So what will be the answer of this question? Reserve money equals to bankers deposit with RBI plus other deposit with RBI. It includes what? Currency with currency in circulation, currency with public, demand deposit, term deposit. Which of the following is correct? And actually the answer of this question will be your currency in circulation. Okay. In M1, currency with public will be there. In M1, M2, M3, M4, currency with public will be there as a M1 component. But in M0, there is a currency in circulation. That's the difference. So right answer you have is A. Next question we have, mark the statement as true in the relation to the concept of money multiplier. So money multiplier says that it's the journey of money from M0 to M3. This journey of money is known as your money multiplier. And it is known as your money multiplier. First is saying money multiplier approach to money supply was pronounced by Mr. John Maynard Keynes and Anna Schweitzer in 1963. Second is saying money multiplier explains the process through which the base money created by a central bank multiplies in the banking system to the stock of broad money M3 at any point of time. C, both are true. D, only B. Okay. I have created two common options here. No issue. Two options are common here. Same here, not common. Actually, it means same. Two options are same here. So first of all, the first one is wrong because Mr. John Maynard has nothing to do with the money multiplier. This is wrong. In place of him, Friedman will be here who have pronounced the term money multiplier with the Anna. Okay, so first is wrong. Second is very much true. And why I am saying two options are common? Because D and B are same now. If you simply write that B is the correct option, the D is also saying the same. So B or D both are here correct. Only B is correct statement or true statement I can say. Now we have moved forward through module B of yours. So module C and D have been completed and now we have moved to the module B, that is economic concepts related to the banking. And in this we are going to discuss today the business cycle chapter of your, that is unit number 16 in IE IFS of your subject. Okay. So before moving forward towards the question, what actually the business cycle is. So as we know, every business in the economy, in every economy, have a certain duration, have a certain cycle, in which in certain months they will be at the peak, in certain months they will be at their decline. So this wave-like movement keep going in the businesses. This wave-like movement keep going in the businesses because these wave-like movements are those movements which represents the situation, the different situations of a business. If you are starting from the zero level, it means you are expanding, your business is expanding, you are growing. If you reach to the maximum peak level, it means you are at the maximum level of your demand and supply of the customers. It means you have achieved all the economic factors at the maximum level. And from that peak level, you have to decline. You do not have any other option because you cannot go more. You cannot go more up. You have to be down. You have to decline your economy. You have to decline your business. And there we find the recession started. And after the recession, every business have to face the depression. It's very important. Without a certain growth or expansion and without a depression, no particular business cycle will end. So it's very important that every business cycle will have one expansion and one contraction. Without one expansion and one contraction, business cycle will not end. And this is the nature of economy. Like every business which starts in the economy, it will reach to one point, that is the expansion point of the business, and then it will reach to the one point, that is the contraction level of the business. The time period to reach from expansion to contraction will vary from business to business because obviously it depends on the market, how many target customers you have, what's your approaches in the business, everything. A lot of factors depends on that. So the business cycle have a different duration, but this is very much confirmed. One business cycle will definitely have one expansion and one contraction. Business cycle is also known as your trade cycle, or you can call it economic cycle as well, right? So let's move forward and discuss the questions. Achha, before that, this is your business cycle. This picture represents your business cycle. So this, when you are starting from the zero level, let's say, so this is your expansion phase. This is your what? This is your expansion phase. When you reach here, that's the maximum upper point or maximum peak point you have reached. It means here you have achieved all the economic factors at the maximum level. Now you start declining, that represents your recession, like your economy is starting contraction, and it will show you depression. Okay, and this sequence will keep going on. Like I've said, it is a wave-like movement in business when we talk about the business cycle. Okay, so these are the four phases of business cycle we have discussed. So the first question is here talking about that the supply exceeds the demand. Supply is more than demand. It means prices are declining. Okay, so stocks are piling up. People are not purchasing goods, stock are keep increasing, so obviously your production will decrease. If the production is decreasing, obviously you will fire the employees, so your unemployment will increase. The workers are retrenched, you can see here. The business cycle failure increases. The unemployment leads to fall in the income. It will leads to fall in expenditure, in the prices, in the trade activities. So these all features are of dash phase of business cycle. Is it depression? Is it deflation? Is it recession? Is it recovery? What phase of business cycle actually represent that there is a more supply than the demand, and the prices are declining because people are not purchasing goods and services, people are not demanding goods and services. You will start producing less goods and services and you will fire the employees. So unemployment increases. Okay, all these things happen in where? It cannot be happening in the recovery. Obviously, we know recovery cannot have this kind of situation. It can be depression, deflation, and recession. And actually, the right answer is your recession. Hana, it is your recession when your economy start seeing that the business's failure is increasing. It means economy is in the recession where the unemployment is declining. Sorry, unemployment is increasing in the economy. Hana, and people have been fired from the job. So right answer is C. This is the recession of the economy. Recession means you are facing crisis in the economy. Okay. Now read the following statement carefully and choose the correct option. First is business cycle are pervasive in their effect. Pervasive means very big in the effect. Their effects are very big. Second, the up and down movements are not symmetrical here. Hana, the up and down movements are not symmetrical here. The downward movement is more sudden and violent than the upward movement. So there are two options, the two statements you have. First is saying business cycles impact will be very pervasive. Second, the up and down movements are not symmetrical. That is true, but the downward movement is more sudden and violent than the upward movement. Is it true? And the answer is actually both the statements are true here. So the right answer for this particular question is your C option. Both the statements are true. Pervasive in their effect means very big in their effect. It's not like business cycle is in the recession, so you will see only one industry is facing recession. No, because of that one industry, the whole sector might face the recession. That's why we are saying it have a pervasive effect. It have a very big effect. Next. Again, there are two statements. First statement is saying business cycle refers to economy-wide fluctuation in consumption or economic activity over several months or years. Statement 2 is saying a business cycle is identified as a sequence of 4 phases: boom, recession, depression, and recovery. So you have to answer which of the following statement is here correct. The correct statement you have to find out. And I guess you can easily answer this question like which statement is correct here. The second statement is very true that business cycle is identified as a sequence of the 4 phases: boom, recession, depression, recovery. Boom also known as your peak. Okay, this is true. But what about first one? The first one is not true. Economy-wide fluctuation is consumption. No, it will be in production. The production is actually fluctuating in the economy over a time. So the first statement is what? It is the incorrect statement. Okay, so first is incorrect, second is correct. It means right answer is B. Clear? Right answer will be your B option. So it's a very small chapter, the business cycle, and very easy chapter. Small and easy chapter it is. And definitely one question or two questions can be seen from here. Now read the following statement carefully. Choose the incorrect one now in relation to business cycle. First is saying the term business cycle or economic cycle refer to the economy-wide fluctuations in the production or economic activity over the several months or years. Second is saying these fluctuation occurs around a long-term growth trend and typically involves shift over time between periods of relatively rapid economic growth and periods of relatively stagnation or decline. Third, business cycle simply means that the whole course of business activity passes through the phases of prosperity and boom. Fourth is saying a business cycle is a regular, predictable or repetitive phenomenon like a swing of the pendulum of a clock. So you have to answer here the incorrect one. A, B, C or D? Which statement is here incorrect about your business cycle? So first is saying, first is very much true. The term business cycle, economic cycle refer to the economy-wide fluctuation in the production and or economic activity over a several months of or years. This is true. The first one is true. The second is saying the fluctuation occur around a long-term growth trend and typically involves shift over the time between period of relatively rapid economic growth and period of relative stagnation. This is also true. I have told you now, one expansion and one contraction is mandatory to complete a business cycle. That's what the second option is saying. Third is saying that the business cycle simply means that the whole course of business activity passes through the phases of prosperity or boom. No. If one is prosperity, the another one should be decline. No? It should be contraction. So I guess right answer is your C. C is the incorrect statement here. Hana, if one phase is your prosperity, the another phase have to be your declining. So right answer is C. Okay, next question we have. Which among the following statements are not correct in relation to the concept of boom? Boom is also known as a peak period where all the maximum economic indicators have been achieved. Okay, first is saying during the boom phase, production capacity is fully utilized and also products fetch an above normal price, which gives a higher profit here. Second is saying here that this attracts more and more investments. Third is saying to manufacture a greater number of products, entrepreneur purchase new machine and also employ work at higher wage rate. Fourth is saying all are correct. Okay, you have to answer which of the following is not correct in relation to the concept of boom. And the right answer is actually all are correct. All are related to the boom period of your. None of them is incorrect. So the right answer is D, all are correct. So if production capacity is fully utilized, products fetch an above normal price, which gives higher profit. It attracts more and more investment, manufacture a greater number of products, entrepreneur purchase new machines and also employees work at higher rate. All are correct. Okay, right answer is D. Next. Next, we have a wave prosperity or depression in one industry. In the case of business cycle, will generate a wave in other industry soon. Which of the following feature of business cycle it represents? So I have told you now, if one economy, if one particular industry is facing your recession, the whole industry have to face the recession because its impact is very pervasive. Hana, its impact is very big. That's why. So is it a business cycle? Is a wave-like movement? Is a business cycle is synchronic? Cyclical fluctuations are recurring in nature or any of these? Which of the following is correct? A, B, C or D? And actually the right answer will be your a business cycle is synchronic. The business cycle is synchronic. If one industry is facing depression, the other will also face same. If one is facing prosperity, the other will also face the same. So right answer is your B. A business cycle is what? Synchronic. Okay, it's sync with the other. The business cycle are also known as vicious cycle, depression cycle, boom cycle, economic cycle. What are the other name of the business cycle? So it is also known as trade cycle. Or you can call it an economic cycle. Trade cycle or economic cycle, both are the other names of your business cycle. Okay, next. Which phase of business cycle is called a crisis phase? Out of recovery, boom, recession, depression, which is crisis phase. So it's very obvious. Recovery and boom you can easily eliminate because these are not the period where you find the crisis in the economy. Out of recession and depression, which particular phase is actually your crisis phase? Depression or recession? Okay, so right answer is actually recession. Depression is a kind of situation your economy have left the zero level. It is at the very negative level and all the economic indicators have been reached to the lowest. That's the depression after the crisis situation. But the crisis starts from the phase of recession. So right answer will be your C. Okay. Now, underemployment of both men and material is characteristics of which phase of the business cycle? Underemployment we have discussed in the unit 1 discussion as well. Underemployment means you are being used, you are being, you got a job of a level which is actually below your level. Like for example, you have to settle for a job which is not justifiable as per your skills, as per your qualification. So with a greater qualification, you have to settle down for a lowest job. That's an underemployment situation we can say. Like you have more capability of performing, but you have to settle for the less. That is your underemployment. So the underemployment of men and material both are happening. This happens in where? Depression, boom, recovery or recession? It happens in depression. Depression is a phase which is, I told you, like economy have reached to the lowest level. That's the depression we are talking about. And when the economy is trying to recover from the depression phase, there will be very less jobs available, there will be very less opportunities are available, and people were facing recession. First people face the deflation, then recession, then depression. So they are very confused about it, like in future if we leave that particular job, which is in case of underemployed, but still what if we are not going to get the another job? Like after COVID it happened, people have lost their job in COVID, they were not get paid your salary in the private sector. So when they started their job, when the lockdown have been removed and they started their job, they have settled for the less salary because they were being unemployed for the last 2 years and they do not know what will be the next opportunity available. So whatever first or second opportunity they got, they have started doing the job. So this is because you are getting out of the recession or depression. In that situation, the less opportunities will be available in the market and you settle for the less. That's what the underemployment. For the men and material, the depression is the phase where the underemployment have been seen. So right answer is your A. Now pick odd man out. Out of these 4, which particular term you think is a odd one out, not matching the other 3? So boom, depression, recovery, they all are what? They all are the 4 phase out of 4 phases of your business cycle. Slowdown is not a phase. So right answer will be your slowdown. It's the odd one out. Right answer is what? It is C. Okay, so this is all we have discussed today. Now let me know how many answers you have given correct here. And apart from that, I would love to inform you that the double validity in 80% is going on Mahapack, and on the other batches you will find 80% discount is going on. To enroll in any of the batches, do download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, you will get here, you have to select the exam category here. So let's say this is your home page of application. Exam category you have to select is JAIIB, CIB. Okay, in which all the batches will be available for you, which will be helpful for your preparation. You can see JAIIB May 2024. all the live batches, all the test series, all the video courses, all the ebooks, all the hard copy books that will be delivered to your doorstep is available. When you check all these, click on the particular batch you want to enroll. The new crash course is starting from 15th of April, as well as the IFM numerical batch is starting from 15th of April. You do not have to go and enroll in individual batches, just enroll in the Mahapack. All the live classes, all the test series, all the ebooks, all the video courses, plus all the mini and Maha marathons of your batch subjects will be available in the Mahapack. In a single pack, you will get everything available. Then click on the buy now option and enter a code here that will be Y496 and apply. Once you apply here, you will find 79% discount, but 1% additional discount will be available if you purchase the patch from the application. So 80% discount is there, 1 year validity is there. By using the code Y496, you will get around 5900 something to enroll in the Mahapack. And that's the bestest price right now with the facilities available. And apart from that, if you regular want to join the YT sessions, then do subscribe the channel Office of Study 24/7 and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification will be given to you. Okay, and that's all for today. We'll be ending the session here. Do make sure you revise all the content, attempt all the sessions, all the videos of your Victory series and Crash Course series. Do watch them in the playlist section of Office of Study 24/7 channel. Okay, so this is all